So, like, where are all the cool mechanics at? Because we keep bringing back Storm, you know, the thing we named the Storm Scale after. It somehow seems like the boys in the lab make cool new mechanics every single set, only for those mechanics to be thrown away into the garbage, never to see the light of day. And now we have a bunch of cool creatures that if you do a cool mechanic, you do more cool things, except if you want to build a deck around it, you're shit out of luck. Tony Soprano is cool as hell, but there's so few cards that synergize with that mechanic because it was printed once, and then they unplugged the goddamn printer, never bringing that mechanic back, and now we're stuck with it. Like, Radiation, one of the coolest things ever. I love it so much. It's rad and also cool. And you mill and you do damage, and then it's really fun. And it's from Fallout, like the ghoul from the show. And I like the ghoul. He's fun. And it's from this pre-con with the Wise Mothman. And there's only 23 cards that have to do with rad counters. And they reprinted the Wise Mothman as a secret lair, which is sort of like good, but it's basically just like he's Tony Soprano. It just sits there because there's not any more cards that do rad. So you can't, you know, build completely around rad if you wanted to. It sucks. All right, the boys in the lab worked hard on Radiation, only for it to be thrown away, never to goddamn return again, even though it easily could, because you know where else Radiation is? In goddamn space. And that's what Carl Sagan said. And it's almost like, hey, when were we in space? Oh, recently with Edge of Eternities, the space set where we're in space. Slam dunk, easy, bring back Radiation. It makes perfect sense. Radiation, spaceships, it's perfect. It works out really well. Genius. Wrong, not going to happen. Instead, they made a new mechanic, Warp, which is sick as hell. Also cool, in my opinion. And are we going to bring it back in Star Trek? Probably, maybe not. I don't know. Be realistic. They're going to make some new Klingon mechanic where Captain Kirk, but not associated with any other famous Kirks, if you know what I'm saying, has a cool mechanic about the Enterprise. And it's going to be in the one set and not any other set, even though they could bring back Warp and it would be a slam dunk. Doesn't matter, okay? Now, you might think with 7 sets of Magic a year, it would be very easy to find a place to slide in Rad and Radiation because Radiation is awesome. Wrong answer. Idiot. Stupid. All right, but that's enough about Rad because obviously there's some sort of Faustian bargain going on between Hasbro and the Fallout people, which means that Radiation is going to be in some glass display case, never to return to Magic because of some sort of shady backyard deal where they shook hands and said, all right, Rad is too cool. It's only in our thing. It's intellectual property. You can't do it even though Radiation is everywhere. And they use Rad counters and that can't be whatever. I don't care. So like what about Villainous Choice instead? A different mechanic that was awesome. Came out with the, you know, the Doctor Who stuff with Davros. I love this guy. There's only 13 cards that have Villainous Choice, and it's mostly in Doctor Who, except with the sole exception of Dr. Eggman from goddamn Sonic the Hedgehog. This guy has a badass freaking Villainous Choice, and it's sick. And Villainous Choice is awesome. So what if we used it more? It's almost like we have a goddamn Doomsday event going on with Doctor Doom, and we have a villains, and it's Marvel, and it seems like it's a generational fumble to not bring back Villainous Choice for every villain, because Trample shows up when you have big creatures, and it's in every set because there are big creatures in every set. What about Haste? Well, we have Haste in just about every set because guess what? We have fast things in every set. Now, what about villains? Heads up, those are in every single set of Magic the Gathering. Slam dunk. Make the villains have Villainous Choices. It would be genius. You're sleeping on it like that. I can't believe it. This is what I imagine happens at a Hasbro meeting. Hey, everybody, we have a new set coming out. I think we should maybe bring back Villainous Choice. That would be sick, or Rad, or something like that. And then the Iszic player in the room whispers in the ears of the execs, how about we bring back Storm? And that's how we end up with this fucking monstrosity. Prismari, the inspiration, where now everything has Storm. It's all Storm. Everything gets Storm. Nothing gets Rad. Nothing gets freaking awesome Villainous Choices. No, just give it Storm, and that's the end of the day. You know the thing we named the Storm? Whatever. I want to play a game with some Villainous Choices like Eggman and Davros, but no, those are the only options. I'm stuck with them. One of these things is not like the other. Storm versus Villainous Choice, one of these is way more fun for all players because Villainous Choice is sick. Anyways, that's enough about Villainous Choice. Let's talk about the Monarch. The Monarch. And just like in real life, it's built on violence. If a creature deals combat damage to you, its controller becomes the Monarch. And if you're the Monarch, you get a card at the end of your end step. Very nice. This makes games of Magic faster. This makes for cool political moments that make games of Magic way fun. And of course, instead of doing that, they bring back Casualty and Miracle. And I'm asleep. And I'm bored. Although I will admit Miracle can be cool, I think moving a crown around between a bunch of players is just way cooler, in my opinion. Now, of course, a lot of players whine about tracking the Monarch or the Initiative and the Undercity, but they have no trouble tracking their storm count every single time because, God forbid, there's a little bit of whimsy in a game where you can have Transformers fighting Sephiroth, fighting the Scarab God, fighting a rabbit, and the rabbit is the scariest one at the table. And of course, speaking of a little whimsy, the final mechanic I'm on my hands and knees begging for Wizards of the Coast to bring back is attractions. God damn it, the Ferris wheel, I love it. It's from Infinity, and they're just so fun, and they're artifacts, and it's just whimsical to like roll around and be like, all right, we're at the haunted house now, or I don't know. It's just so cool. They have like roller coasters and stuff, and they're fun, and you can theme them, but instead we bring back Storm. It gives everything Storm instead of attractions, which do no harm really to anyone. You just roll a little dice, and it's on your upkeep, and it's not that bad. But no, a 7/7 with Storm, and it flies, and you got to pay 5 life, and Reality Fracture is coming out. Everybody knows it, and Nicol Bolas is probably going to come back, and he's the biggest bad guy in Magic. So just sprinkle in just a little bit of Villainous choice, because he's the biggest bad guy in Magic. And you could throw rad counters in there too if you really wanted to be nice. But I mean, please, come on. I'm on my hands and knees. I'm begging. Lord, I have seen what you have done for the others, giving Storm back. And Your Honor, I'm not even asking for anything big like Earthbending, because I know how goddamn awesome Earthbending is. But I know it's probably not coming back because Hasbro probably made a deal with Avatar and it's not coming back, but I would love it. I'm not even asking for banding because banding sucks. I'm just trying to be reasonable here. Just bring back some good mechanics. Like number 1, Villainous choice. God, it's awesome. There's villains in every set. Just bring it back. It's so cool. Rad counters are rad. I'm not going to elaborate any further. And then we could have some more Monarch/Initiative type of mechanic where it like passes around to each of the players and it's fun and you are incentivized to hit each other or make deals and it's just awesome. And if I see loot one more goddamn time, if I see this freak before I see more Villainous choices, I'm going to fill out a job application and get a job at Wizards of the Coast myself and fix it from the inside because goddamn it, I'll do it myself. I want these mechanics and I will go through hell to get them. Now that does bring us to the end of the video. So if you liked it, leave a like. If you subscribe, subscribe. If you want to support me, I've got a Patreon linked in the description down below. I roast Commander decks. I build Commander decks. It's really fun and awesome. You can see all that on my Twitch, _. I have a bunch of cool playmats for sale. They look super sick. Get them. And of course, I got a Discord linked in the description down below. Fun and free and cool. Join it. What do you think? What mechanics are your favorites that you want brought back, that Wizards have been sleeping on, that they have just have in their back pocket? They are refusing to bring back despite how fucking awesome they are. Bring back Villainous choice. Leave that in the comments down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Also, horsemanship. Like they should bring back horsemanship. Because if you made it to the end of the video, you get the secret ending, which is I like horsemanship. I think it's really funny and goofy. And it's really fun to hit people with horses that they can't block because nobody has horsemanship anymore, which is why they need to bring it back so that we can counter horsemanship, obviously. All right, bye.